climate change. They had a question about climate change, and Polyev said, yes, it's important to fight climate change. All these leaders think that there's a climate emergency, including Polyev. If you're tired of that, there's an option, the People's Party of Canada. We will withdraw from the Paris Accord. We won't impose any regulations on businesses. We will let your province to have more autonomy to do what you want.
If you polled the average Canadian and said, is climate change an issue, the average person would probably say yes, or the majority of people would say yes. Framing it as a climate emergency, I'm not sure everybody would agree. People that lost their houses in wildfires might agree. But you've spent your time in Alberta talking about abortion, talking about MAID, medical assistance in dying, talking about Alberta separation, which we'll get to in a second. But these are the types of issues that I think prompt more and more people to believe that the People's Party of Canada will never form government, that it's not a serious party, polling at, 1.5%, 2%. No. Don't you run the risk of forever wandering in the desert when you're focusing on issues like that?
No. I'll give you an example. When I started to speak about mass immigration in 2019, I said at that time we need to have fewer immigrants, a maximum of 150,000 a year, because I said if we go ahead with that mass immigration, that would be a huge problem in Canada. At that time, people were saying, and my opponent was saying, you are a racist, Bernier, you don't have the right to speak about that, and blah, blah, blah. I was right. We were right at that time. And now today, what is happening? 70% of the population are saying, we must end mass immigration. So the way we are doing politics, we are speaking about issues with passion and conviction based on facts and reason. And the more we speak about that, the more these issues are becoming popular. Like right now, mass immigration, it's a big issue for Canadians. What is happening? Polyev is not speaking about that. Why? Because he's pandering with these ethnic communities in the GTA. He wants their support. And every weekend he's wearing a new costume to do that. That's crazy. That is crazy. Polyev is not working for Canadians and he's not working for you, Albertan. Look at his platform. You had Stephen Harper. I was with him. Stephen Harper had a majority government in 2011. And I said, oh my God, that will be a real conservative government. We will cut spending. We will have privatization. What did Harper? Nothing. What is the legacy of Stephen Harper for you out west? Zero.